Daniel Dubois, good to see you. How are you, sir?
I'm alright, man. How are you?
Good. The news today is that you're off out to America, taking your heavyweight force onto the American stage. What's your feelings about that?
Good. I'm loving that. It's an exciting new prospect for me, and I want to do it.
Joe Cusimano is the name we've been given, who's 19-3, never been stopped. Sounds about perfect for a Dubois right-hander.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see, man. And we'll see what happens. You know, we're going to discuss it today, the fight. So we'll see what happens. I want to take on whoever they have for me and really make a statement out there in America.
When you think about the American audience, I mean, this isn't just an ordinary American fight audience. This is, well, we all know it's a YouTube fighter. Jake Paul headlining. He's got a massive following. It's going to be a younger demographic. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on you over there.
Yeah, well, I expect that every time I go in to perform, there's always pressure, and I love performing under pressure and a new environment as well. So we'll see. It's going to be a different audience, different crowd, and I want to really show what I've got.
Sometimes people say it's half the battle in boxing is to win over the American market.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a nice early opportunity for you.
Oh, of course, you know, on a big stage as well. It's going to be a crazy event, and I'm looking forward to doing my thing and showing what I'm about to the Americans.
Your thing, of course, is just knockouts, isn't it?
Yeah, explosive performances and putting it all on the line and giving everything I've got in there. It's what we do.
So if you get a knockout with millions upon millions of people watching, the name Daniel Dubois will reverberate around the world.
Yeah, surely. Take over, man. I'm building back up, of course, and this is another step along the way. I've got to take this seriously and, not overlook anything and go into this fight 100% ready.
How much about the YouTube world and Jake Paul, for instance, do you know about or follow?
Well, a little bit. Just only recently sort of taken to boxing, and they're making quite a lot of noise over there, and they've got a big audience, a big crowd behind them. So we'll see. I'm enjoying it. It's going to be interesting. Seeing this for the first time in this sort of environment.
Do you think in some ways they are showing current boxers the way in terms of marketing themselves and getting themselves known? Yeah,
sure. They're obviously YouTubers, so they got their own sort of crowd, don't they? Little clique, and it's different, man. It's different. They're coming into boxing, and a few years back you would never think this would happen, would it? But there we are. It's interesting. The new age, modern world.
Can we expect to see the Daniel Dubois channel before too long?
Oh, of course. We're working on that.
Just you talking to the fans?
Oh, we've got to bring the whole family in on that one. Little brother Solomon, yeah, all of us, Caroline, everyone.
Prince, don't forget Prince.
The Prince, yeah.
Now I want to take you back to when you got back on the knockout trail, which was your last fight against Bogdan Dinu. Now I think one thing that just about everybody commented on was they've never seen you look so happy after a fight as you were after that one. Right. Was that a fair comment?
It wasn't. It was just so much energy I had on me, on that night, and just wanted to just release it, and I was glad to be back. I said it. I'm back, and so that's how I was feeling, and I wanted to just show it.
Was it sort of like the pent-up frustration? You had all the time out, you had the defeat, you had the injury, all the worry about that, and then finally getting back out, is you just sort of letting everything out in one go?
Yeah, of course. People reminded me, oh, Joe, you lost whatever and all of that, and so, all of that on my chest as well. I just felt, that's not true. I'm back, and I'm going to show what I can do now.
There's one thing that fight did do for you. I mean, it's put you back in an excellent position in very quick time. I mean, you're now mandatory for the WBA world title. Now, it could be, but, you're actually in line for a shot at the WBA full title before anyone else, depending on when the mandatories come around.
Yeah, all of that belt stuff, I'm not too sure about it, but, if it works out in my favour and I get a chance to go for the title, then yeah, I'm all for it.
You're right back on the fast track, though.
Yeah, exactly. I want that.
I've got to ask you about a little sister, ripping it up over in Tokyo. Is she causing you a few sleepless nights at the moment, staying up?
Of course, she's really, she's doing it right now. She's at the medal stages right now, and yeah, we're all behind her. I think she can do it. She definitely needs to be sharp and on her game, because they're all out there to win it. They're the best from their countries as well. So as long as she's sharp and uses her feet, uses her speed, she can do it and bring it home.
It's still a remarkable feat, isn't it? Because she's only really had less than a handful of senior fights, and she's out there mixing it at the highest level with the Olympians.
Yeah, she's come a long way pretty fast. She's won everything they're putting her in, and she's a special talent.
You always said it was her time, didn't you?
Yeah, no. When you see it and you're around her, you can tell. This is definitely the right time.
One more question. Did you watch Joyce against Carlos Takam about a week or so ago?
Yeah, it was a good fight. Tekem was doing well as well. It was sort of I wouldn't say it was one-sided. It was good. It was a good fight until I thought the stoppage was a bit premature. But it's boxing, and it is what it is.
Do you notice in many respects Joe kind of went back to the way he used to fight, where he was happy to take a few shots to give one? I bet you're thinking, I wish he'd done that against me.
Yeah, he just,
he got on his toes, didn't he?
Yeah, you saw that, innit? But he knows his stuff, Joe, and he's experienced enough to know what to do, and he's got his own technique and everything else. So yeah, full credit to him.
It's a good position for the Queensberry heavyweights, though, isn't it? I mean, you're going to have Joe in a mandatory position, you in a mandatory position, with a two-pronged assault on the world titles.
Yeah, maybe he might win a world title and we can have it again, something like that.
Lovely, thanks, Daniel.